Welcome to the Wednesday Pop Culture Podcast. Everything you need to know.
In the middle of the day. Still have to record this. Hot topics with Cat and Nat.
Porn hands.
Porn hands.
They just sound like hot topics.
Porn hands.
So speaking of relationships,
Okay.
because porn is relationships, y'all know the Real Housewives, Kyle Richards. If you don't, she is
A Hilton.
and in the news a lot because there was a rumor that her and her husband were divorcing or separated.
Is that a rumor? Isn't that true?
Well, prior to this rumor,
And then Kyle was with a woman.
that was just a music video. That was a music video. So she's with a very young woman, and the music video is the woman's like a singer. She's a young woman, and they're fully making out and like basically or alluding to making out. And it's a very suggestive video. So the internet went wild and basically called
Are they making out or alluding to making out?
No, because they don't really make out that like it's like a lot of steamy scenes, but it's a music video, so they're not like.
Is the female singer a lesbian?
Yes,
Okay, so she chose Kyle as her love interest in the music video.
true story.
Okay.
So recently, they've decided that they're going to separate Kyle and her husband Mario, but they're not throwing in the towel yet.
Okay.
Fast forward, he's on Dancing with the Stars, and he's caught holding the hand of his dance partner. Now, they had to come out and do a video because Kyle's like, I was caught off guard by their holding of the hands. Now, I really do think that everyone has to take Hollywood with a grain of salt, because if you saw her music video versus holding hands, you would be like, what was the problem? Because her music video is so steamy.
But music video is like being an actor. That's like saying someone made
they were
out in a
hanging out
movie.
after though. Like
Oh,
two
okay.
girls.
We didn't know this.
Like you'd see them.
It wasn't just the music video.
They were friends, apparently, very good friends outside of this. So they had to come out and make a public statement, the two of them on a video, Mario and the Dancing with the Star, and say how basically it's a very intense environment. You're like in a bubble, you're rehearsing hours and hours on end, and you become very close. And it was just, they're very close.
Which so many of the Dancing with the Stars people have said, but there has been multiple times that they've ended up together.
Oh, and listen, I'm not going to rule out that they're not going to end up together. I just think that where there's smoke, there's fire.
Of course.
And I do think that people.
How old is she? I don't watch Dancing with the Stars anymore, so I don't know that one.
I don't either. I just know I do watch. I do watch the gossip that comes up about them, but I couldn't tell you.
It just feels like it's endless with those two right now. You know what I mean? That couple.
Kyle and Mario.
Oh, right. And he's got his own show too.
Oh, he does?
He's hugely successful in the real estate industry.
I did know that, but he has his own show.
And he's got his whole team that work for him, and his daughter is one of them. And basically, he gets all the best real estate
Even
in LA.
this world, he's that, like in the real estate world. Because I thought like things were like falling off the rails.
No, because they have all those real estate shows like like Selling Sunset and all of them. So he has one of those shows, and he sells like $20 million properties.
How much money do you make on that?
A lot. They actually tell you in the shows like the commission for this would be.
That seems so tricky that you make money off selling something that you make. So when you sell it, you might not even be that good. You just want to sell it. Feels like it's a conflict of interest.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
I know, but I feel like really good real estate agents and clients of that caliber, they really hold their hand and like
nothing better
coddle them all the way through.
There better not be a problem is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Like there better not be nothing wrong with that.
No, that house better be perfect.
Do you want to stay in the genre of those people? Because did you hear about Kim K and Travis Barker?
Yeah, what is she doing? Was she upset about it? I have something else with Kim.
She's not upset. Travis Barker, in his memoir, stated that he was attractive. This was from 2016 to Kim Kardashian.
Isn't everybody attracted to Kim Kardashian?
Well, yes, but you're married. You now are married to her sister. You did not say you were attracted to Kourtney Kardashian. It's in his memoir. That's like your husband going and saying he's attracted to your sister. When you're all publicly the same.
Does anyone care?
Yes, it's all over the news.
No, but does Kourtney care? Does Kim care?
I heard they almost even went on a date. I remember reading that they tried to get set up on a date because they were family friends.
Yeah.
Would you be okay with date if your now husband was attracted and almost went on a date with your sister? Would you be like, yeah, I can handle that?
I feel like you're going to have to answer this because I don't really have, my sister is a stepsister and we're so far apart in age. So I don't actually know what that would feel like. You have a sister that's closer in your age. So you're going to have to answer that.
I would have a problem.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd feel very good knowing that you had been friends for a very long time. It's not like he saw them from afar and it was a high school crush like Hailey Bieber where she's like, oh my God, I love Justin Bieber or his brother or whatever. And then they met in real life. This family knew each other. They were in each other's lives for a very long time. So it wasn't just a visual thing. It was also clearly a connection. Maybe,
how are they family friends?
I think he's just always been in their lives. Like they've just always been friends.
Speaking of, where is the baby? We were saying this
Not
weekend
Kim
how
Kardashian's baby.
No,
Travis Barker's baby.
Travis's. Because sometimes in Hollywood, it's like someone gets pregnant and like before you know it, they're already having the baby. You're like, whoa, that was fast. Kourtney has been pregnant, I swear, for 100 years. I mean, there's a good chance the baby's one and it's living out somewhere. I mean, we didn't know about Will and Jada for how many years.
That's very true. We are kept in the dark about all of these things.
It would be really funny if we find it. But I feel like the close Kardashian fans would be like, where's the baby?
This is what the problem is that they have poured over archives looking for this specific incident. They found it.
What incident?
Well, Barker saying he likes Kim.
Oh, I thought you said it was in his memoir.
It is, but now they're going back to like finding, this is what it says. It says, the fans have been poring over everything just to find everything, including Barker's memoir with details.
Like trying to go sing.
His strong attraction to Kim Kardashian.
Ooh. I would say most men would say that, but like
not when you know them. When you know them, that's very different.
Yeah, I mean,
Barker. Okay, I found out how they first met. Travis Barker first met Kim Kardashian when he was dating Paris Hilton. So they have been in each other's lives for a very long time.
I don't even remember Paris Hilton dating him.
No, well, he has a lot of kids now and they're old, so it would have been so long ago when they dated. So he would have known them for a very long time. I think that's kind of juicy. And I think that's sort of interesting. And right now, Kourtney's not talking to anyone in the family.
Why?
She's just like done with her shit. She's like, I'm done with you. She's kind of been on the cusp of that.
She's been on the cusp forever.
She's like, I'm so done with your drama.
And then they're like, okay, you love to reap the benefits of being wealthy because of the family, but you don't want to work. She never wants to work. I don't want to be a part of this. And they're like, you are just as superficial as all of us combined. But she wants to pretend like she's the holistic one who doesn't want the spotlight.
They also trash her parenting.
Oh.
It's really sad. Like the world says that her kids are just, because there's a video of Kim Kardashian's son. I want to say North. No, North is the girl.
Saint.
Basically walking by and he says something to paparazzi and she's like, stop it. Like right now, stop being rude. And then he goes like this. She's in front of him and gives him the finger. He's young, okay? Yeah. And she goes, I saw that. And so they were like, can you imagine if Kourtney's kids did that? And they were basically like, she would do nothing. They were like, good for Kim for being like, don't you dare do that. But he was just like this, like, fuck you.
That's like Kate Middleton and her parenting. You know, she has no problem just like taking care of business and her kids being little shits like any kid would. So speaking of Kim Kardashian.
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't know if this was a real ad or honestly a fake ad.
Well, we should probably take an ad before you tell me what this ad is about. Okay, tell me.
Because of the way she did the ad for Skims with fake nipples.
Fake nipples for real.
Right. So I'm going to play this. It is
getting hotter and hotter. The sea levels are rising. The ice sheets are shrinking. And I'm not a scientist, but I do believe everyone can use their skill set to do their part. That's why I'm introducing a brand new bra with a built-in nipple. So no matter how hot it is, you'll always look cold. Some days are hard, but these nipples are harder.
okay. Okay. So I remember when like nipples were a big thing and everyone was showing them. I guess it's still a thing.
Yes. And actually no bra. Like your actual whole nipple.
Yeah. But I guess for Skims, what she's trying, it has, because the bra has like padding in it and it has this nipple on here.
Which is so weird because she doesn't show her nipples ever when she's in regular clothing. So it's very interesting to me that she's trying to start a trend that she never had before. So it's like no one's done it before. So she's like, let's start a nipple trend.
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen built-in nipples before, but I'm wondering where do your other nipples get hidden?
Underneath the bra. It'd be
So
padded.
there's a padding.
Yeah.
So it must be enough padding that if you have a nipple, it's covered, because these nipples are perfect
Your
nipples.
you can't see my nipples through my bra.
Yeah, that's true.
Can you see your nipples through your bra?
No. Not my
I
padded
can't
bra,
wait to
no.
get those and try those.
And like the thing about nipples like that is it's kind of the way how I feel about like being like having a cleavage. I don't really like, because I don't like when I see someone's eyes like going down like that.
Totally.
Well, not you.
Oh, I don't mind I like my décolleté.
Yeah. You put out the cleave, and
I put out my cleavage.
yeah, she's got good cleavage. She sticks it out. Now, imagine now you have cleavage and you've got hard nipples. Everyone's going to look at your nipples, so you have to be okay with standing there saying, "Yes, I'm drawing
they're not
attention."
yours.
But other people don't know that.
I mean, now everyone's going to know it because you either
Guys are not going to know it, because there
that's
are
fine.
women who have like
Fake breasts.
You know who always did that was, or like says Jennifer Aniston, show her nipples. So now that did she? Yeah, and even on Friends, and so that they're going to look. I mean, it's
your nipples were her thing.
Well,
So she's bringing nipple
think
back.
Kate Moss used to too. Like, but you have to be okay with drawing attention to your nipples and walking around.
But it's not
with
going to be
big
for
nipples.
everyone. I'm just curious.
I guess that's true.
I'm like
Our mom's going to start showing up at school with fake nipples.
1,000%. Some. It's going to be what should be banned in school. Like if you're in high school.
That's another thing. Now that teenagers are going to want to wear them.
And then watch at the workplace. Please no nipples. But I mean, nipples are nipples. Men have them too.
Are our daughters going to start wearing padded
Not
fake
mine.
nipples?
Not mine. Yours, I can't comment on. Mine, not a chance. Mine is yours. She does
So
not.
most girls, if this becomes a real trend, are going to
Will-
want this.
Yeah.
Although they're so obsessed with their push-up bras right now, that's like what they want the most.
Well, that's sweet peas. That's old news. We've been pushing our titties up since you know what, the 1970s.
Yeah, but young girls weren't wearing push-up bras as much
They
as they
were
are
taping
now.
them and stuffing them. They have been.
It is big now. It is really big.
I mean, I remember getting my first push-up bra. I was 19, maybe. But I'm just saying now with the culture being so accessible, I would say the first bra would be, I mean, you go into a local basic store, let's say like American Eagle, where most of these girls get their bras geared to teens. It is all
I know.
padded and push-ups.
So I'm saying now they're all going to have push-ups with nipples.
Like there's not many options to find one without.
And I'm just picturing, oh God, I'm not ready for that.
For nipples.
I'm not ready for hopefully they'll skip that one.
I think you can ban nipples in your house. I think you can say, I can draw a line.
Well, I mean, I'm not ready for it because I wouldn't like, I don't want to police what she wears. I never have.
Yeah.
So I probably wouldn't, but I wouldn't be ready for it. She
Okay.
might be ready for it, but I'm like, oh, and your brother's going to look at why are her nipples so hard?
I think it's a conversation about now everyone's going to look at your nipples.
Yeah. Just like everyone looks at cleavage.
So be okay with that.
Yeah.
Like
They have no problems so far.
Even when you're walking down the street. Well, she doesn't like when people look at her. Like gets offended for walking down the street and someone says something. Now they are going to be like, nice nipples. Mm-hmm. They're not mine. I bought them.
From Skims. They're Kim Kardashian's nipples, actually.
I wonder who she modeled them after.
And Kim has really nice breasts. And she shows off her nipples sometimes. I wonder now if she will use her fake Skims nipples or her real nipples when she shows them. I guess she has options depending on the weather.
I wonder if older people get hard nipples. I've never seen a senior citizen's nipples through their shirts. Think about that.
I know I actually have.
Nipples through the shirts.
Yes, there are women who wear no bras.
Yeah.
and they're like this, and then you can see the nipples at the bottom. Definitely seen.
Oh,
nipples.
I just can't see them. They're in a location I wouldn't look for.
Well, I've seen them.
Really?
Yeah.
So they don't shrivel. They don't go in.
No, they don't get inverted. But just in case, just so you know, people that have inverted nipples, after they have babies, they stop being inverted.
Oh, they go back out again?
Yeah, they act like regular after that.
Regular. Natalie, all nipples are regular, don't you know?
I know, but I had a friend with inverted nipples and she hated it. But then she had a baby and now she's like, I don't have them anymore.
The things you learn on the Cat Nat podcast.
Plus, I never knew there was such a thing as inverted nipples before.
Oh, yeah. Inverted everything, basically.
I didn't know.
So there's, God love Britney Spears.
Brit, the book
She
is out.
actually shows her nipples a lot.
Yeah. Yes, she does.
So Michelle Williams is narrating her.
Yeah.
Have you heard the clip?
No.
Okay, so Michelle Williams is narrating her book.
Britney
okay?
Spears books. My mom has the book on the way. She can't wait.
And there is this clip where Michelle Williams is narrating.
I assume the audiobook's out now, right? Because the book's out?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's gone viral on TikTok or wherever it goes viral.
I guess if I read that book, I'll listen to it.
They said if everyone could narrate the book like this.
Yeah. Then what?
Oh, we would listen to every book.
Okay.
So it's Justin Timberlake's, Britney Spears' interpretation of Justin Timberlake and her at a party. So she's reading Britney
Okay.
and interpreting.
Explaining what it's like to be at a party with them.
I'm going to push play. I'm just hoping I don't have to go through a YouTube.
Go ahead, ad first.
Clip of Michelle Williams impersonating Justin Timberlake is tearing up the internet. The actress who voiced
I hope they do it.
audiobook for Britney Spears' new memoir, The Woman in Me, is going viral for her portrayal of Justin. In a clip shared to X, formerly Twitter, the Dawson's Creek star can be heard narrating a portion of the book.
It better narrate it.
Britney recalls a trip to New York with her ex-boyfriend. In a section where Britney talks about Justin's boy band, Michelle reads, his band NSYNC was what people back then called so pimp.
Okay, no, she's not going to give it to us. You know what? I just want the clip.
I know.
I just want to hear the clip.
Is it on TikTok? Maybe someone has the sound?
Oh yeah, 100%. I have to go to
Okay.
TikTok. So I was laughing because I heard it. I obviously heard it, and I was laughing because, I mean, he sounds like such a doofus right now, and I feel really like, I don't actually feel bad
Well,
for him.
Lance is saying he'd like you to consider forgiving Justin for that time in his life.
Why?
Lance Bass. I don't know why. I just see that coming up everywhere. Lance is saying consider forgiving. I mean,
Okay, let me
and
hear
he
if
was
I can
20.
hear it.
They tried too hard to fit in.
This is literally the clip. Okay.
Okay.
One day, Jay and I were in New York, going to parts of town I'd never been to before. Walking our way was a guy with a huge blinged out medallion. He was flanked by 2 giant security guards. Jay got all excited and said so loud, "Oh yeah, faux shiz, Genuine. What's up, homie?" After Genuine walked away, Felicia did an impression of Jay. "Oh yeah, faux shiz, Genuine." Jay wasn't even embarrassed. He just took it and looked at her like, "Okay, fuck you."
Who's Felicia?
The assistant that was always with her.
Oh my God, she actually imitated him.
Wait, so yeah, he did it, then she did it, but Michelle Williams doing it is hello, yeah,
That is so funny.
Yeah, he's cringe.
I'm really curious when I think about the book, how the ghostwriter collected the stories from Britney. Where were they when they were talking about it? Where was Britney? Like, were they sitting? Did she go to Britney's house? Did they meet up? Like, how did she get all this content from Britney? And how did she capture her attention for long enough to tell the story? Because it feels like talking to Britney could be a very chaotic meeting. Because when I think about when we wrote our books, trying to just capture us to tell our stories, and we are mentally stable and not just coming out of conservatorship, how hard it was for us to get our stories out.
I'm sure they collected so many stories. I'm sure she has like interviews because there was one clip that came out where she was in an interview and I forget who said it, but they were like, it was so uncomfortable because Britney was sitting there in like 2016 and a woman, this weird woman, I'm not going to say weird, but they called her like weird, basically, for all intents purposes.
She was unnamed, unknown, just in the room.
And told her exactly what to say. Britney had to say exactly what she was saying. So all of it's coming out. I bet there is just so much documentation and messages. And, you know, we only saw a certain part. But Britney has, I mean, it's her interpretation, too, of what happened. Which is really crazy because how much, I'm sure she has core memories. But then there's like, how do you remember all that mayhem? Like, I feel like from when she was a young girl, mayhem.
It never seemed like there was, and then she became a mother and got postpartum depression. She was so young. It was like there was no time to just be.
And my daughter watches Jamie Lynn Spears show right now on Amazon Prime. Like, we watched that young girl. I'm like, oh, she got pregnant at 14. And my daughter's like, what? I'm like, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, she got pregnant very young.
Is she with the guy?
I don't think so.
And Brit gets 15 mil just for like the rights to this book. Like, she is just raking in it because you know Britney doesn't spend much money. It's not like she's redecorated her house anytime lately.
I had a few questions. Like, one, who takes the pictures of her? Because she's always taking photos and videos. Who's doing that? Two, who grocery shops for her?
I think there's staff for that.
Okay, so she has staff.
Yeah, but they're...
That makes me feel better. As long as I just see
someone's feeding her.
I imagine her rattling around the house by herself.
I know.
Like, just like
I think they're like staff. But I hope that...
Well, at least someone's there to like hopefully like, because they could all write something about her. Like, they could all go like they could all go make so much. Like, who is hiring these people and then saying, take care of her, do that? Who's doing that?
Right.
Like, who is sitting there watching?
There has to be some sort of a
Who's
business
paying the
manager.
bills?
Yeah.
Who's actually going online and paying the bills?
And how come we don't know any of that?
And then when she goes and has lunch or dinner with those people, who organizes that?
And how does she get there? So I don't think she drives.
Oh, she must have a driver.
Okay, so she got a
But
driver.
does he know everything? Because does she just share everything?
And why do we not know this? And is it in the book? Maybe it's in the book. I hope it's in the book. I'd love to know how she does life. And her kids don't talk to her.
Nope, but she constantly sends out messages how much she loves them. And then she talks about how Kevin Federline totally screwed her over and was
It's
really
just so
hurtful.
weird how everyone turned on her. It feels like nobody is still there.
It doesn't feel like nobody's. It feels like nobody's there. Not
But
even a
how
lawyer.
could that happen? Because she doesn't seem like a mean person.
You know, I think that it gets to the point where the conservatorship pushed everyone away and they couldn't access her. This is just my opinion. And now she probably trusts nobody. And she's probably just like, I loved music and now I hate it because of all of you. And why write a book?
Somebody must have told her it was a good idea.
Who?
I know.
Who represents her?
Who cleans her sheets?
Maybe she has an agent or a manager still now.
Got to, because there's a lot of money that continuously comes in from the what's the word? The residuals that come in from all of her music.
Does she own it?
And I never heard anything about her selling it all. And how did she maintain the right decision to the rights of her music? And what does she do all day?
Dude.
Doesn't look like she drinks.
No.
But there's something with her voice and her teeth that's not right.
Oh. Natalie has an interpretation.
Oh yeah, no, there's some sort of drugs going on. I don't know who's bringing her the drugs. I don't know, but you know, Matthew Perry, when we're recording this day, Matthew Perry just died this weekend, and his quote saying, it's a weird position to be in when people find out that you're no longer here, that they'll be shocked, but they won't be surprised. And when you think about it, you never pictured Matthew Perry being an older senior citizen. And I feel the same way about Britney, and everyone's just sitting back, and then they're going to be like, it's not like you find out The Rock just randomly dies. You'd be like, what?
I know. You know what the weird thing is about Matthew Perry? Because I wasn't like a massive Friends fan. Like, I watched it, but I wasn't like a cult. It wasn't like,
Same.
It didn't change my life.
Same.
And what he said in that documentary that I watched was basically like, he was a character that people loved, but he didn't have anyone who loved him. Like he didn't even love himself. So he was like playing this like beloved character. And then he couldn't go back and forth between, it's like he couldn't reconcile that maybe people couldn't like him. So he never really maybe found out who he was, because they said it happened so fast. It went from like 0 to 100 and became these like personas. Like everyone else went on to do things. I don't know what else he did. Like in my mind, I'm sure he did, but I can't in my mind think about what else he did. Right. And then I thought, when they're all mourning him, they're all mourning friends. They're not mourning him as the person.
They're mourning Chandler.
They're mourning Chandler, which is so sad because I thought, wow, he actually was a character and now they're mourning the character and they're like, Chandler changed my life. But it's like
Chandler hasn't been alive in a really long time.
So he's like, probably that's not even me. And they like this person who I'm not. So how are they going to like me when they love that person? He didn't think he was funny.
Yeah, but then they would always say like he was always the funniest person in the room. So I guess he was just continuing to play his character when he was in public.
Yeah. And I think that actually Britney even said she did 2 movies and she had to do she became the character and she's like, I can never do that again. It screwed me up so badly.
Method acting.
And I think some people just don't know how to do anything else. And he had to play that character for so long.
How long was Friends on?
I want to say 10 years.
Yeah.
So he was that person and that's what everyone knew him as. And I'm just like.
I actually it's funny, I kind of remember him. I guess he was the really funny character, but I'll have to go back and re-see what everybody loved so much. You know what I mean?
I'll find out how long Friends was on. A really long time.
Yeah. And it will be around forever. And now it's probably going to have a resurgence again. And it had a resurgence with our children's demographic, which is crazy, which means that it's kind of timeless because what it is, it's about friendship.
10 years. I nailed it. So he grew up like that, right? They were so young when it happened. And yeah, it makes me a little bit sad because I was like, they're not mourning. No one knew who his parents were. No one knew. I mean, I'm sure the super fans did, but not him as a person, which is interesting to me.
Yeah. His parents were something.
Yeah.
What were they?
Kind of famous. And one of them's married to John Tesh, who's like
oh, yes. I know who John Tesh is.
Who was like a reporter for one of the NBC.
But now he's like a motivational speaker. No, he has religious. He has the top radio show.
So they pull up to Chandler's house. Oh God, Matthew's house. I know. And it's like, he's walking over and it's just a gob of reporters. And they're just trying to get into the house.
Who's trying to get into the house?
His parents. His parents are both alive.
Oh.
The night
after he died.
Yeah.
I know. It was a it was a tragic life, and it's so crazy to think that these people can be so alone, and nobody's there and Britney hates her sister and she hates her mother.
For now.
I know.
For now.
Because, sometimes parents and kids go through some really, really, really tough times and then they come back to each other.
Well, that was the roundup for y'all. Let us know your thoughts on any or all. I know there are massive Britney fans out there. I know there are massive Matthew Perry fans out there. Chandler, leave us a DM in our inbox and
tell us things we don't know.
Tell us things we don't know, y'all. Tell us things we don't know. See you tomorrow.